Hello guys, welcome back to our YFit podcast. It has been a while, but I'm really excited to talk about a new series that we have going on. Over time, we've had a lot of our members talk about shoulder pain, back pain, some knee pain, even foot pain, hand pain, wrist pain. So we're going to do a series here over the next couple months that's going to be basically teaching you guys how to use the stuff in our gym to be able to relieve that pain in the body. So one of our biggest issues that we're having right now with a lot of people is shoulder pain. A lot of people right here having the shoulder pain, it usually comes right here at this point in the body. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do a lot of demos through this time, and our awesome head trainer Kyle Allen, and he's going to be really excited to be getting tortured for a while. So one thing we always want to look at is with a lot of our people and a lot of our members here with the shoulder pain, when they're doing a lot of pressing up, it causes this little nasty area called the first rib. With that first rib, it causes the elbows to move out and causes a lot of gunk, to cause the shoulder to move in the wrong motion. So Kyle, could you go ahead and press your arm straight overhead for me, please? So as you see right here on these areas, you see there's a big gap between the ear and the shoulder, okay? This is what's called the first rib area. As you see his elbows going out, what that causes a really, malfunction in the shoulder. So our whole goal is to be able to get Kyle to be able to rotate in and be able to move in a more of a natural rotation. What happens though, with what causes these issues, again, is going to put your arms down, is again this first rib area that is really nasty. As you can see, it just sort of turns in. It connects everything, our shoulders, our neck, our traps, and our shoulder blades. All that comes into this area, and if we have any kind of imbalance, like as you see Kyle, we're starting to pick you apart, Kyle, but as you see Kyle shoots a little bit forward in the shoulders. So a lot of that gunk means that he's very dominant on his shoulders. So what we're going to work on today, and I'm going to show you a really cool thing to do on our Smith machine, is first of all loosen up this area. And after that, then probably next week or the week after, we're going to work on this lower part to help with the motion coming forward. So we'll be right back with you guys, and we'll show you what we can do on our Smith machine. This a beautiful machine that you've been seeing here in our YMCA for quite some time. Also has some really great things that you can do on it within what we call our mobility or range of motion producing exercises. And so one of the big things we want to do, again, on that first rib, we want to get that gunkiness. So Kyle, go ahead and raise your arms up again. So as you see again the gap, we're going to work on trying to get that gap a little bit smaller. We're also going to try to work on getting his elbows in and up. So we want to eliminate that kind of rotor cuff being exposed and working against what it shouldn't be working against. So go ahead and bring your arms down. So what we're going to do is right here, we're going to make sure to get right in this part of the body. Okay, so we're going to work trying to get right between the neck and the trap. So what Kyle's going to do is he's going to grab with this hand, and keeping this hand straight down. He's going to squat up as hard as he can into this bar. Of course, we're going to have weights on it to make sure that he doesn't pull the bar off. He's going to pull the bar down with his hand. He's going to keep his arms straight. Now, again, we talked about getting that elbow underneath, okay? That position we want to finish with right here. We don't want to finish with this. So we want to encourage that motion in the whole entire movement, all right? So at this point, we want to move your head a little bit away. We always want to stimulate this position. We don't stand like this, so we don't want to encourage mobility like this. So we want to make sure that he is upright from head to tailbone, okay? So what we want to do at this point is squat as hard as you can. Now see right there, Kyle has what we call the pain face. That is a face that you want to feel. And you want to feel your face scrunching up. So at this point, you want to keep that elbow in that position. And what Kyle's going to do is he's going to try to raise that elbow and touch his ear with it. Then come on up, squat, do not bend that arm. Try to keep that elbow straight as possible. Try to keep that pinky up as high as you can, all right? And when he starts to break it, we want to stop. Come back down, now squat as hard as you can against it. So the whole goal is he's going to squat as hard as he can against that bar. When he goes down, to release that. When he comes up, he's going to squat back up, keep his pinky pointing to the sky, what we call the elbow pit, facing the sky and coming up. What we don't want to do is producing that bent position. And see his face again, that's that lovely, ugly face that he has going on there, that pain face. Sorry, not ugly face, Kyle, you're too pretty. And then what we want to do is keep that arm as straight as possible. Again, his body wants to try to rotate up because of that position. So what we want to do is really try to force that loosening up in that trap. Okay, will you do me a little bit favor? Can we move a little bit closer to your neck? All right, there we go. Now let's bring that arm down and squat as hard as you can against it. Bring it all the way down, bring the arm all the way down. There we go. Now squat as hard as you can. Don't bring the arm out. We're going to keep that elbow and arm all the way to the middle of the body. Go ahead and squat up as hard as you can. Now bring the arm up. Bring the pinky up. Now try to keep your arm as straight as possible. Try to get that elbow in that position. Now come back down. All right, the whole point again is trying to unglue or release that whole shoulder so eventually we have that position closer to the ear. Go ahead and stand up, Kyle, for me. Yes, so shake the arm out. So again, our whole goal is when you see this, when you look in the mirror, go ahead and just raise your arms straight to the ceiling. So when you actually look at it, you can actually see a little bit more closeness in that elbow. And that shoulder, I mean, it's more opened up, it's easier to move. Could you try to rotate your elbows in, both of them? Try to push it to the sky. So our goal is you can sort of see that shoulder now is going a little bit higher. It has a little more flexibility in it. So what that's going to do is it's actually going to be able to do more of his motion. Eventually we'll get to a point where he can put his elbow to his head. So that's the things you want to look for when you're done with it. Look in the mirror, see how you're doing, see how the motion's going. I know that this is some fun things, it's painful, so I know it's hard to do by yourself, but one thing that we want to offer here is that myself, Kyle, and our trainers are very well knowledgeable in this kind of area. So feel free to talk to us, feel free to possibly do an opportunity to work with one of us so that we can be able to make your life better and make your training here much more productive. Thank you so much for your time and look forward to our next session. Goodbye.